In today's video, we're flying from Seattle to Tokyo on Hawaiian Airlines business class. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. We started our journey at SFO, where we had access to the Alaska Lounge. If you want light bites and drinks, this is one of the best lounges at SFO since there's stricter criteria to get in, which means there's usually a lot less people. We took a short-haul flight from SFO to Seattle in order to catch our flight. Since we did book this flight with Atmos points, the first-class domestic flight was bundled in. Once we arrived in Seattle, we had a few lounge options. The first one is, since we are taking Hawaiian Airlines international flight, we do get access to the Alaska Lounge here. We decided to check it out, and the food offerings during breakfast are just okay. There's eggs, potato, the famous pancake printer, and a coffee station. The lounge is pretty spacious and also great for plane watching. After grabbing some coffee and doing a little bit of work, we decided to hop over to the Centurion Lounge. Quick stop at the Centurion Lounge to get in with a flagship card, and I'll leave a link down below if you're interested. Today for lunch, there is chicken, veggies, rice, pasta, and sausage. Chicken is okay. I think we've had better on better days. I think the highlight is the smoothie. They do have like a smoothie and coffee bar here, and it's usually pretty good. So cheers. It's like a banana tropical smoothie. Have some chicken noodle soup. Really good soup. Yeah, not really a fan of the lunch spread today, but soup and smoothies are solid. If you are flying international Hawaiian Airlines, you do get complimentary access to the Alaska Lounge, but that one was like a little underwhelming for the spread. So if you do have access to the Centurion Lounge through a credit card, then definitely go there instead if you want like real food. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up here and see you on the flight. Welcome aboard Hawaiian Airlines first class. Cheers. I just boarded and they did give me a cute little flower to put in my hair, plus a welcome drink. So you can choose from champagne, Mai Tai, or Pog. And I chose Pog. This flight is on a Boeing 787 and the cabin configuration is 121. Let's take a quick suite tour. One interesting thing I didn't notice is that my seat is actually broken. So the headrest is kind of flopping around and they put some tape to hack it together. So that's interesting. The seat does lie completely flat and we'll cover that later in the flight. Right next to me is the phone charging station. We have noise canceling headphones here, plus a mirror. There's a remote control on the side to control the entertainment system, charging outlets, seat controls on the side, life vest, door to close suite, and right in front of me is a document storage, the entertainment system, footwell, and dining tray. The seat does come with a blanket and pillow. They haven't handed out the Mandy's kit yet, but we'll unbox it when it comes around. There's also a pair of slippers. On the side of the seat is an adjustable armrest. The side lamp has adjustable light settings, and you control it on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing you can adjust are the windows. These are the Dreamliner windows, and they're currently on the darkest setting. This is level 4. You can see a slightly blue tint. Level 3, level 2, and level 1. That does control both of the windows in the suite. And you can tell that it's pretty bright outside, so I'm going to set it back to the darkest one since the sun is getting in my eyes. There's also a small reading light that flips out. Let's try the headphones. These are noise canceling headphones, but I think if you have larger ears, so they just cover mine, I think I have like average size ears. So these are noise canceling headphones and they're okay. The padding isn't that great. It feels kind of cheap compared to a Bose or a Sony. These are white label generic ones. This flight to Tokyo is around 10 hours and 5 minutes, so we are already 1 hour into the flight. But there's also window view, which is pretty interesting. So we're in the middle of the ocean right now. That's what the pilots see. And the right side of the plane. Above each seat are lights. There's not really a vent that you can control. One cool feature I really like are the lights. So it looks like little stars in the sky. They just came around with the amenities kit, so it's a pretty interesting setup. There is a bag, and there's also a tray of amenities, so you can select which ones you want to use and which ones you want to leave behind. I got one of everything. There's a hydrating mist, lip balm, earplugs, tissue, eye mask, and a pair of socks. The bag is actually a pretty cool wristlet. The flap is magnetic, and inside is toothbrush and toothpaste and a pen. Drinks are here, and this is the daiquiri. Cheers. The cocktails are pre-made, so this is quite strong. I probably won't finish this. I'll have a backup glass of water just in case. It also comes with a side of macadamia nuts. The seat does come with a menu. I am seated towards the back, so I did pre-order a Japanese meal online. The Japanese entree is roasted chicken, and there's also an option of a Hawaiian fusion menu, and that one features short rib. There's also a vegetarian menu that has vegetable ravioli. The meal prior to landing is a ginger scallion chicken and chow fan noodles, or option 2 is grilled chicken Cobb salad with ranch dressing. The chefs who crafted the menu are James Beard Foundation nominees. For drink selection, there is a wide range of wines, hard liquor, including vodka, whiskey, bourbon, beer, and cocktails. Alrighty, food is here. For appetizers, we have crab jelly, tofu, roasted duck breast, steamed anago with fish paste, plus purple and sweet potato ball. Also, how cute is this salt and pepper shaped in a Hawaiian shirt? Okay. Let's try some of the crab jelly. There is soy sauce, so I'm not sure if it needs it or not. But let's try it without first. It's actually pretty good without soy sauce. A block of crab meat and jelly. Next up is the roasted duck breast. It's a little tough, but it's okay. All right, steamed anago with fish paste. That one is a little fishy, so maybe soy sauce would help it. Yeah, the soy sauce brings out some more flavor. And this tofu with some akira on top. The tofu is nice and creamy, but it has like a really unique taste to it. And a sweet potato ball. That tastes exactly what you think it would. This one's good if you like sweet potatoes. I'm usually not a sweet potato fan. On to the main event, which is the roasted chicken with umami sauce. The chicken is pretty good, nice and tender. Sauce isn't too salty, and yeah, it's a very savory sauce. Savory Asian sauce is how I would describe it. Japanese pickles. Pretty normal. And let's try the miso soup. The miso soup's pretty good as well. Perfect balance of miso, seaweed, and it has some tofu in it as well. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the Japanese meal. Okay, I'm gonna give one to Sebastian and see what he thinks. Giant trumpet mushroom. Pretty good. Nice and bouncy, not overcooked. Sebi ordered the Hawaiian cuisine, so we have a slice of the short rib here, and let's try it. It's a bit tough. It has like horseradish, the wasabi sour cream. Japanese meal with chicken is the way to go here. And a short rib is very dry. All right, I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in a bit. It's dessert time. There was a choice between mango and green tea mousse or a cheese platter, and I went with the sweet option. It looks really cute. Let's dive in. There are layers. The bottom is matcha and the top is mango. It's nice, airy, but also the matcha layer is on the thicker side and the mango is more airy, which makes sense because the matcha one is the base. Pretty good. All right, let's close the door. Unfortunately, the seat I picked is a little janky and it had a broken headrest. Yeah, it's basically taped together, and if you put your head back, it like doesn't stay in place. I asked to move to another seat, but unfortunately they can't do that because the empty ones are reserved for the pilots to get rest. So the solution here is taping the back so that it doesn't move which is fine. Yeah, at least it's not like bouncing and flopping around, because I was kind of afraid that it would break off if I laid it flat. Since this is an inconvenience and this is the first time I've had tape on a headrest in a business class flight, I did ask for some points, and they advised to ask the gate agent or call the customer service line. If you're curious what happens, I'll put an update at the end of the video. All right, it's nap time, so let's lay the seat flat. All right, let's unbox the pillow and blanket. Square pillow, nice and fluffy, and a blanket by NoHo Home. In case you're curious what Lavatory looks like, it's pretty much like economy. Mirror in front, makeup mirror, some flowers, hand and body balm, hydrating mist, and the sink. Good morning. It's snack time, and this is a pretty good one. In the galleys, you can find the snack basket. This oddly seems catered to Sebi because these are all his favorite snacks that we usually buy. So there's Lesser Evil popcorn. We buy these from Costco as a snack. Hawaiian brand Sweet Maui Onion, also a fan favorite. Hawaiian Host Aloha Max. These are the chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. Dry roasted almonds. Thin cookies. And the made-to-order special is ramen. Ramen is here, and it is an instant ramen that's placed in a soup bowl. Okay, let's take a bite. Yep, this reminds me of my childhood with the instant cup noodles put in a bowl. It's fine for what it is, but I wish they had a more premium instant ramen brand on board, especially since we are going to Japan. Yeah, it's a little rough. And this is like one step below the Shin ramen. I'll put a picture on screen, and that's the one it tastes like. I feel like upgrading ramen to 1 or 2 tiers higher would make a huge improvement. I also got a side of pog to wash it all down. Cheers. Okay, let's dive into the chips. These are kettle chips. These are perfectly crispy and crunchy and have the sweetness due to the Maui onion flavor. Definitely try these if they have it on your flight. Okay, let's try the Aloha Max. Pretty good. Milk chocolate covered Max. Seb, how many bags of chips have you had?
1. This one's full. I haven't eaten this one yet. This one's not here.
All right, just finished watching a movie, and update on the headphones. My ears are a little sore, so I feel like the ear space on these could be a little larger. That way it's not pressing onto parts of the ear, especially if you have bigger ears. Okay, the pre-landing meal is here, and it looks really good. This is a very big portion size, and it looks like something that you would get at a restaurant. Main dish is ginger scallion chicken and chow fun noodles, fresh fruit. So we have orange, strawberry, kiwi, and I got a cup of hot green tea. Cheers. Okay, let's try the noodles. Pretty good. It's not overcooked. Chicken is okay. This is a pretty good dish for something being served on the airplane. Yeah, not too salty. Let's try some of the fruit. I have orange. It's very sweet. I would say pretty good for a pre-landing meal. I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in a bit. It's always nice to end the flight on a sweet note, and they just came around with some chocolate. If you are flying Hawaiian, don't forget to ask the pilot for a trading card. So this is the brand new holographic editions 787. Pretty cool. Update on the broken seat situation. I spoke to the purser, and they mentioned that Hawaiian Airlines doesn't actually have the little handheld tablets where they can issue you points compared to other carriers. So it looks like I do have to submit an inquiry online. There's not really a gate agent to talk to because we're going into Japan and you just go through immigration. So there's not really a counter in Japan for anyone to help you out. They mentioned that the maintenance crew did document it. So hopefully they see that in the notes and get some type of compensation for the inconvenience. Since it is a luxury product that retails for thousands of dollars, you don't expect to sit in a broken seat. After landing at Narita Airport, we made our way to the Airport Express bus stop. We're staying at the Hyatt Regency for a few days, which is super convenient since the Airport Express bus has a stop there. Buy a ticket at the counter and hop onto the bus. It's about 3,250 yen each way, and it takes about 80 minutes to get to the hotel. Future Mandy here. After submitting a complaint online to Hawaiian Airlines, it took them about 1 week to respond. They issued each of us a $100 travel voucher, so a total of $200 to use towards a future Hawaiian Airlines flight. They'll also be sharing my experience with the appropriate teams to make sure all the service concerns are addressed. Overall, I'm generally happy to fly Hawaiian Airlines, especially if I'm flying to Hawaii. So from San Francisco to Hawaii, it's usually a 4 or 5 hour flight. So it's about half the time of a long-haul international flight. Flight to Japan from Seattle is 10 hours. And that's kind of where some of my mixed feelings are, especially when there's a lot of competition for business. I still think Asian carriers are on a different level. However, if you were to compare it for domestic ones, so something like Delta, United, or American Airlines, then this might be on par with the experience. For hard product, although this plane is 2 years old, there is some wear and tear, and I'm a bit disappointed that they took off on a long-haul flight without fixing a seat. This is my first time buying a premium or even an economy product where the seat is held together by tape. Very shocking and disappointed with that. However, the service is amazing and the team did the best they could with what they were given. For food, it's actually pretty good compared to other domestic carriers. They do have premium quality snacks, but the disappointment also comes from the ramen they serve. It's like the cheap $1 cup of ramen that you used to eat as a kid versus leveling up something that's on par with the other premium snacks. Headphones can be improved. It's on the right track, but I feel like there is more room for improvement. For a lot of the US carriers, they have started offering mattress pads as well, just for more lumbar support and cushioning on the seat. Overall, I think Hawaiian Airlines is a decent choice for business class, but there's still a ton of room for improvement. If you made it this far in the video, leave a flower emoji down in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on Hawaiian Airlines long-haul product, and would you choose this over another domestic carrier? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.